I invested $1,500 into the high yield ETF MSTY, and after 200 days, the results might surprise you. In this video, I'll break down how it's performed during Bitcoin's bull run and reveal the new ETFs I'm looking to challenge it. Let's dive in. So MSTY is a part of the YieldMax funds, and it is an actively managed ETF designed to generate monthly income by using a covered call strategy on the company MicroStrategy. More specifically, the strategy they are using is called derivatives, which mimic a covered call strategy without actually owning the shares of the underlying company. If you didn't know, MicroStrategy is pretty unique. It was primarily a technology company until they decided to shift their cash reserves into Bitcoin a few years ago. Since then, investors have been all over this stock, making it very volatile and reactive to Bitcoin's performance. Now, why is this relevant? MSTY will be selling call options on MicroStrategy to generate income, but by doing this, they do put a bit of a cap on the potential upside. Now let's dive into the ETF itself. MSTY trades around $20 per share, and over the last few months, it has often bounced between $17 to $24. It's a volatile ETF, but remember, its main purpose is income generation, not price stability. Many investors have been surprised by this, especially since Bitcoin has been steadily pushing to all-time highs. But remember, this fund is tied to MicroStrategy, and throughout this crypto bull run, the stock itself hasn't seen much upward movement since May. Now let's talk about the dividends themselves. MSTY's trailing 12-month yield can swing quite a bit. It generally stays above 70%. Looking at past payouts, you'll see anywhere from $1 per share to as high as $4 per share, depending on the price at the time. Recently, payments have been just over $1 per share, and a reminder that this is a very high-risk income ETF, so distributions are not going to be consistent. Alright, now let's take a look at my position in MSTY. This is only a small slice of my overall portfolio, and I've made 3 main purchases totaling about $1,775. That puts my average cost at around $25.30 per share. My first buy was back in January 2025, and I've been collecting dividends ever since. So far, I've received $784 in dividends. That's roughly a 44% return compared to my purchase price. I'm very happy with that, but since I'm investing outside of the US, there's a non-residence tax that gets taken out before the dividends even hit my account. For me, the brokerage automatically deducts it, and after tax, my net dividends come to about $667. I track this in a spreadsheet so I can see my true take-home income from this ETF. When it comes to dividends, there are 2 sides. Some YieldMax investors use DRIP to grow their future payouts, while others prefer to spend or reallocate this income. I use DRIP for my dividends between February and June, reinvesting about $483 back into MSTY. Now, this is where it gets a little bit interesting. Consider that I started with $1,775 as my book value, and if you include that amount, $483 that I have reinvested back into MSTY, I've had a total investment of about $2,258. But here's the catch. As I've been adding shares, the NAV has been steadily trending down. Today, my position's market value is around $1,741. That means I've lost all of those reinvested dividends plus a bit of my initial principal. So I had to decide, keep reinvesting and accumulate more shares, or take a more conservative route and start pulling my capital out. For my risk tolerance, I chose the latter, focusing on safety over aggressive compounding. My last 2 payouts were about $93 and $89, and I've been reallocating them into other funds, which I track here at the bottom of my spreadsheet. So far, I've pulled out $183 in distributions. Half has gone into another YieldMax ETF, ULTY, and the other half into a long-term holding, SCHD. That's about 10% of my book value reallocated. I plan to stay active with these dividends and may even grow this position with future payouts. With Bitcoin steadily climbing, I'm still optimistic about MSTY's potential, so it's staying on my radar. But recently, something new has caught my attention, and that is the Roundhill Weekly Pay ETF lineup. They've been busy in 2025, launching 5 funds in February and another 5 in June and July. One from the summer batch is MSTW, their MSTR Weekly Pay ETF. It hasn't been on the market for even a month yet, so I am a little bit skeptical about it for now. That said, I've been seeing a lot of buzz around these weekly pay ETFs. Personally, I'm just gonna monitor MSTW and see how its strategy compares to MSTY MSTY over the next little while, but I really like the weekly pay model. Funds like YieldMax and ULTY have been some of my favorite holdings because of the steady weekly cash flow. Still, I want to stay cautious with these new launches, but MSTW has definitely earned a spot on my watch list. Now I'm curious, how's your MSTY position doing? Are you holding, loading up, or taking a different approach with dividends? There's a lot of ways to play these high yield products, so drop us a comment and let me know your strategy. And if you made it this far, be sure to subscribe to the channel for more dividend investing videos. This video is for entertainment purposes only and not any financial advice. Thanks for watching.